There have been a ton of different devices released over the years, but like anybody else, I've got my 5 favorites that I'm about to tell you. I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com, and this is 5 on Friday. For this 5 on Friday, we're talking about my 5 favorite mobile devices. There have been a ton of devices released over the years, but there are 5 that have really piqued my interest, devices that I've used, maybe devices I haven't used, but when I think of my 5 favorite of all time, this is what comes to mind. Leave your 5 favorite in the comments below on YouTube, on Facebook at facebook.com/PhoneDog, or let me know on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron, or on Facebook at my page, facebook.com/Hi Aaron Baker. Now, it's important to note that these are not in any particular order. I'm just listing out my 5 favorite devices of all time. So I'll start with number 1. Number 1 for me, the LG VX6000. I had this phone way back when, actually on US Cellular, when I lived in the US Cellular coverage area, and I loved the device all around. I loved the little colored dots that lit up when you received a text message. This was back in the heyday of flip phones. It was a hot device all around, and I absolutely loved it. Number 2, the Motorola V710. If you remember that device, I absolutely loved that one. Big, beautiful external display and internal display with a nice big keypad so you could text on it. Remember back to the T9 texting days? It was pretty crazy, and the V710 did it incredibly well. The one thing I will say about that device, if you remember, it randomly would kind of shut down and back you out of the menu every now and again. It would freeze and make for a less than perfect user experience, but still one of my favorite devices of all time. Number 3, the original Motorola Razr. I remember the day when it came out on Singular in that silver color, and I wanted that phone so bad, but unfortunately, didn't want to spend $500 for it when it came out on Singular. In 4th place, the BlackBerry Pearl. I remember back in the day when BlackBerry Research in Motion at the time was huge, and they had the 8700 series devices, but they wanted to release that device that was a little bit more consumer friendly, with a camera, with a little bit more of a pocketable form factor, and the BlackBerry Pearl was just that device. Actually, it's the second longest device I've ever carried at 6 months. The first longest, in case you're wondering, is the Samsung Galaxy S3. The iPhone 4 I carried for a long time, but I carried it kind of staggered out in increments of 2 to 3 months. Absolutely loved the BlackBerry Pearl, and it was my 4th favorite device, or 4th on the list, I should say. And last but not least, 5th place on the list, or number 5, I should say, the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. This phone offers a ton of different options for a lot of different people. You've got a 3,100 milliamp hour battery for that road warrior. It's got a big HD 5.5-inch display for that person that has a hard time seeing, or maybe he's like me and needs to sign contracts or business documents on the go. It's a great device for techies as well, with a quad-core processor, 2 gigabytes of RAM. It's got all the tech specs you need to stay on the cutting edge. That's why I love the Note 2, because much like the Evo 4G, which just barely missed this list, it's got a lot to like for a lot of different demographics. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com. Let me know your 5 favorite devices as well at PhoneDog_Aaron on Twitter, at Facebook at Facebook.com/PhoneDog_Aaron. Excuse me, PhoneDog. Facebook.com/Hi Aaron Baker is my personal Facebook page. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and stay tuned for next week's 5 on Friday segment.